Who's watching?
Hello!
I just realised something, and I think I'll explain.
Right.
Have you noticed? We're in a different place!
God, where am I?
God! We're at Will's.
Yes, we're at our editor's place.
We're filming at his now, because it's a lot tidier than mine.
There's no underwear thrown across the back of the sofa.
Hey, it's not underwear. There's never been underwear, it's just been jumpers and trousers and shirts and stuff. I should have brought my Dalek though.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring my Dalek next time. Maybe, we'll see. Anyway, yet again a potential series, who knows.
Yes.
We're gonna tell you how a monster should be done right, because we're full of opinions.
Yep.
And we know what's right, because we're opinionated
We're
fans.
Doctor Who fans who know what's right and what's wrong.
Exactly. I'm sure someone will disagree with us. And if
Yeah.
you do, feel free, just please be polite in the comment box.
Don't be nasty in the comments. So we're going to be talking about the Cybermen.
Today, yes,
which have, especially through the Stephen Moffat era, they just went downhill.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Completely downhill.
I think the decline had started in Rusty Davies.
Oh yeah.
Such a great monster.
Yeah.
The majority of classic Who stories with the Cybermen get these villains spot on.
Yep.
And somehow, with more money, more budget, it just falls apart. And if I'm going to be quite honest, I think part of it might actually be the more money that was thrown at it.
I think
I'm
so.
going to be bold and say that now.
Yeah.
So,
because they could be a little bit more daring with the design of it.
Shall we? We'll just talk about them in modern Who to start with.
Yeah.
We've got the first episode bringing them back.
Yeah.
Age of Steel, isn't it?
Rise of the Cybermen in the Age of Steel.
Yeah.
I think they do it quite
really like
good.
that story.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was my favourite, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is.
I think the parallel world idea was a really interesting...
Yeah.
I wouldn't have made that the reoccurring Cyberman and the new Cyberman design, but I really like that as a sort of elsewhere, falling into this power universe.
Yeah.
I really like, and yes, I know his name is not Trigger,
but
he will always be Trigger in my heart.
He will always be Trigger, won't he?
And I really like Trigger's gimmick. The idea behind it is very close to the idea of how Cybermen started in the first place, which was a way of prolonging life. And it's good. It's believable enough in a sci-fi world.
Yeah.
As far as scooping someone's brain out and putting it in a machine is believable.
Yeah.
I think it's a great story. Really.
Yeah. No, I do like that one actually. It's grown on me as it's gone on. I quite like the design of the Cybermen. I think it works when they come back in Army of Ghosts and Doomsday.
Yes.
Because it's kind of made explicit that they are those Cybermen from that universe.
Yes. Yeah. I think that.
But I don't think that they should have kept that as the sole design.
No.
Up until Moffat redesigned them.
There is a
Matt
YouTube
Smith's
channel
era
that I've seen a few videos of, and I really like. I can't remember his name at the top of my head right now. I'd like to reference. Hopefully, I'll find it. His favourite monster is the Cyberman, and his main criticism of the new series, and I entirely agree, is that they are robots.
Oh yeah. That was going to be my point.
Yeah.
I was going to make that point.
So it started in the Rusty Davies era, that later on they just became too robotic.
Yeah.
And the Moffat era entirely, the redesign was terrible.
I mean, you've never seen Star Trek, but Moffat basically made them the Borg.
Yeah.
The villain from the Borg. They could adapt to any attack that you threw at them.
We are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
It just makes them
But they
boring.
weren't as interesting as the Borg. I think that was the thing.
Yeah,
with
it just made the Cybermen boring.
Yes.
The thing with the Cybermen is the reason they're so terrifying is the idea that there is a person in there. Which I think they did really well in A World Enough in Time.
Yep.
I think
you actually see Bill underneath all the costume, don't you?
The rest of
sort of her eye.
The bit where she's walking down and the person's pressing that button.
Yeah. The pain bit? He's pressing the button. He's saying pain or something.
Pain. pain.
Yeah.
Pain.
It's quite near the knuckle, isn't it? It's quite.
Cute.
I'm surprised they got away with it at like 6:30
and
in the evening.
The nurse comes up and turns the thing.
Yeah.
And then Bill comes up and realises that all she's done is turn the volume off.
Yeah.
That bit's stuff like that is so creepy.
Yeah.
And that's where they strive best.
Yeah.
I really like the design of the Mondasian Cybermen where you can see.
Yeah, I've always liked the design for the Mondasian Cybermen. And I think that's my argument for them. I know there's some people who hate them. They're like, oh, they look like people. And it's like, well, that's the point.
That's why they're terrifying.
That's the whole point of them. All right, they've got a car headlight on their head. But that's the whole point of the Cybermen, is that they are people who have been turned into... They've come to rely on machinery too much. Implants, things like that, too much.
I still think
And it's all developed to the point where you're more machine than you are person.
I still think the Mondasian Cybermen design is
scarier
than any of the designs that have come since.
Yeah.
I like the sort of Davison Earthshock designs as well.
Yeah, I like
still
those.
feel like you get the impression that...
and the silver diving suit things they have on in the 80s, that's never bothered me because it's still kept the idea that there is a person under all of that. Even though, they wrinkle when they move their arms and stuff, never bothered me.
No,
because it's a person underneath it all.
I still would like, I would be happy for the designs to critical in the future. I mean, if they could do it without, that's also great.
The faces are brilliant for the 80s, and some of the 60s designs for the faces are very good as well.
I still think the Mondasian, like the cloth and the silver,
because they kind of look like burn victims with the cloths and stuff like that, where they've just got the eye bits cut.
The mask, mask, the gloves as well, you can see the hands moving.
Yeah.
I think, so the best... It's not all design on how to do them right.
No.
But I think the look is very important.
Yeah.
You need to understand from the get-go that there are people underneath there.
Yeah.
And the idea that, they don't want to kill anyone, they want to turn you
they want you to be like them.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
The concept of that.
There's the line from Tomb of the Cybermen where they've gone into the tomb and the cyber leader's like, you will be like us, and I think that's what's scary.
It's just after they all come out. Tomb of the Cybermen is such a good story.
Tomb of the Cybermen is a very good story, but and that's the idea, is that not like the Daleks where they want to exterminate everything. They want to make everything like them. They want to make this sort of universe of Cybermen. And I think that's quite scary, the idea of losing your identity.
Yeah.
Which I think when they did Rise of the Cybermen Age of Steel, they did quite well, because they all look, I know it sounds stupid, they all look the same.
Yeah.
They've all got the same blank faces, they've all got the same sort of thing. And I think it's the masks that really sort of hammer home the idea that you'll all look the same. There won't be any individuality there.
I quite liked it in the first few episodes that design was in, but especially later when before the Moffat redesign, when they don't have the cybers industry anymore.
Kind of
got something else.
I
think it got on to the point too much. And shall we just talk about the Nightmare in Silver for a second?
Yeah, can do. For a second.
I would just like to say one minor point.
Cybermen. Yeah. Cybermen don't run. Was that the one where they run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At super speeds.
Part of the idea of the Cybermen is that they don't run, but you can't get away from them.
Part of the terror. It's like old slasher films. It's like Halloween.
Yeah.
Have you seen Halloween films?
Michael Myers never runs.
You've never seen Michael Myers run. Imagine how unterrifying that would be. But the fact that
Jason never runs.
The fact that he's always behind you. He's always walking. I find that much creepier.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not alone on that one.
No. I've got a thing about Cybermen stomping. But again, I think that works in that first story because they don't run. The bit where Mickey and Ricky are trying to run away from them, and they think they've gone away, and you can't hear them, you can't do anything because they don't run. But then all of a sudden, faintly, you hear them going,
I quite like that sound design.
And then they turn up, but they still can't get away from them.
I think... The future of Cybermen, what should happen, abandon the Age of Silver thing entirely. It was terrible. But I think what they need to do is bring back the sort of burn victim skin cover idea, and keep the electric legs. I think the idea that parts of all of them.
Yeah, I think maybe parts of the Cybermen should be robotic.
I think what would be a good idea, I think, would be a certain uniformity to the Cybermen, but also have some that are more robotic than others.
Yeah.
So for example, you can have moments of people hiding, and then you can just hear the.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible. It's like that moment in Jurassic Park where you just see the water.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden the dinosaur turns up. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
It's a bit like
very effective.
Jaws with the music.
Yeah.
Is another good example of how the Cybermen could be done. You know, they suddenly creep up. The thing that I don't like with the Cybermen in Age of Steel is when the Doctor's like, oh, I've given them back their souls, but there's no body under that. It's only their brains that go into the suit. So how can you give them back emotions?
Well, everything is in the brain.
But I don't get how they can be bothered by how they look when there's no body there to be upset about losing. That's another thing that I'm not, which is why again I think the original Cybermen work better.
Yeah, I definitely think the Mondasian work better. I'm not sure I quite agree with the brain body point, but that might just be personal opinion on that one. But I definitely think Mondasian's the way to go. It's as simple as that.
So, like we did with the Sea Devils, if you were going to bring them back, how would you bring them back?
I'm not entirely convinced that you have to necessarily do a new introduction after World Enough and Time.
Yeah.
And Sword of Orion, which is a brilliant Paul McGann story. You don't need any preview before that. It's Big Finish. You can just hop in on that one if you like. They just find a Cyberman spaceship floating about in space.
I was going to say they find it, they go on board.
Yeah. So something like that would be great.
Yeah.
Then you've got, you have the Mondasian Cybermen there.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a great way to do it. Ship floating about.
Yeah.
Mondasian Cybermen and different levels of repair.
Yeah.
With the human element, with the organic element inside, needing more and more robotics. It's an interesting way to do it, but definitely the old face mark I think is the best way to do it. But story-wise, there are so many ways you can do it, but you just need... It's essentially a very clever way of doing body horror, because you don't need to show anything overly graphic. It's all implied, but it's there enough to be terrifying.
I think so long as the Cybermen are creepy, I think you're going to have a good Cyberman story.
Yes.
So long as there's something there that's frightening. Earthshock, I know we keep going back to the 80s Cybermen. Earthshock, they've got the clear chin panel.
Yes.
And you can just faintly see the actor's chin that they've made silver moving up and down as they're talking underneath it.
That's what I would say.
That adds to it a lot,
I think. That's what I would think would be the most you should cover.
Yeah,
that should
just have a little bit.
That should be your entirely, battle hard and arms have been blown off or whatever. Not that you should see that in Doctor Who necessarily.
Yeah.
But that should be the most you should ever cover of a Cyberman in my opinion.
Yeah.
Preferably more Mondasian.
But
I think I agree with you. As long as they're creepy, don't give them powers and stuff like that.
Don't let them run at super speed and things like that. And I'm not too sure I like the fact that they, the whole delete thing.
I didn't like that.
The electric shock, things like that. I'm just like,
No.
I don't really. I like the fact that Cybermen have cyber guns. I
like
that they've got guns and things like that they use.
The electric shock thing really got rid of the strength. There's a
Yeah.
brilliant moment. I mean, God, did people complain when it happened? But in a Colin
in
Baker
the Colin
story,
Baker one,
when
they
he
crush
crushes
his
the
hands.
guy's
Yeah.
hand. It's very of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
But also, it seems like we're just shitting on the modern series of Cybermen. I will say that the classics didn't always get it right. I think Tom Baker had more than one Cyberman story, didn't he? But his first Cyberman story is terrible.
Yeah, no, he only had the one.
Did he only have the
Yeah.
one? In which case,
Yeah.
his Cyberman story
Yeah, it wasn't great.
is terrible.
But I mean, it's quite an infamous scene. It's the bit where the Cybermen are shaking them, and I mean, it's so bad. But again, it plays into the idea that they are super strong. They have got sort of super strength, and they could crush you if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But that's a terrible one, and so is the Sylvester McCoy one. That's not great. That's not a
I
brilliant
haven't seen
story.
that one. I've seen the Tom Baker one.
But no, I think so long as there's, I don't think they need to be electrocuting people to be able to kill you. You'd strangle you or something like that. I think that works a lot better than...
They work better in a horror story than
Yeah.
an action story,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
the way to go forward, I think. If you want an actiony villain, sometimes.
Yeah.
If you want to use the Cybermen,
You make them creepy.
terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Because that's the whole point of the Cybermen, is to be terrifying.
on that note, please like and subscribe.
Yes, how would you bring the Cybermen back?
How do you agree with our points?
Yeah.
What is your favourite Cyberman story? Please put in the comments below.
Yeah.
Like, share and subscribe.
Yeah.